Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. Well, this particular video I want to do is going to be talking about our politicians, our congressmen, our congresswomen, our senators, our governmental legislators, and what are they doing in Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill to legislate on our behalves and make America a better place. But there's been a lot of unethical and immoral allegations and actions that have been taking place. We've had some Congress people and even some senators that have resigned recently, and we need to find out what is going on with some of our politicians, be it men or women, Democrat or Republican. This whole unethical, immoral, sexual misconduct allegations and or affairs is getting out of hand. Our political leaders should be in our government to legislate and policy make in our best interest. Instead, we have some politicians on both sides of the aisle who are more interested in pollinating fellow staffers, bodyguards, etc., rather than policy making to make our lives more affordable and comfortable in America. Our governmental system is malaised with immoral, unethical, corrupt politicians on both sides of the party line. We need better vetting of our politicians and better accountability of our politicians once they're in office. So let's talk about the recent resignation of Republican Congressman out of San Antonio, Tony Gonzales, who decided to resign from Congress amid backlash over sexual misconduct allegations. Representative Tony Gonzales, Republican from San Antonio, said he would resign from the U.S. House here recently, ending a 5-year congressional career months after he revealed he had an affair with an aide who later died by suicide. There is a season for everything, and God has a plan for us all, Gonzales said in a statement. When Congress returns tomorrow, he said, I will file my retirement from office. It has been my privilege to serve the great people of Texas. So what led up to his resignation, for those who don't know? Gonzales' resignation announcement came about an hour after Representative Xual, a Democrat out of California, announced his resignation from the House. Xual's move to step down came in the wake of allegations from numerous former staffers who said the Democrat engaged in sexual misconduct, including sexual assault, or SA. Members of Congress had planned to bring expulsion resolutions against both lawmakers, and numerous members from each party indicated they would vote in favor of it. Gonzales' statement did not specify whether his retirement from office would be effective immediately, though his prior announcement that he would not seek re-election suggested his latest statement referred to resignation. Representative Teresa Leger Fernandez, a New Mexico Democrat and chair of the Democratic Women's Caucus, had announced plans to bring an expulsion resolution against Gonzales a few weeks ago. A Leger Fernandez spokesperson said she still plans to file the resolution at 2 p.m. Eastern on a Tuesday, given the vague language in Gonzales' statement, unless he files his resignation effective immediately before then. Tony Gonzales, a naval veteran first elected in 2020 admitted to having an affair with a staffer in early March, weeks after the San Antonio Express News reported on the extramarital tryst, including text messages in which the staffer pushed back against Gonzales's request for nude photos. After finishing second in the March Republican primary, GOP leaders, including U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson, urged him to drop his reelection bid, and Gonzales followed suit soon after. But most Republicans have stopped short of calling for his resignation or expulsion until the Xual allegations brought sexual misconduct to the forefront, opening the door for expelling one member from each party without upsetting the partisan makeup of a narrowly divided House. The House Ethics Committee had opened an investigation into the San Antonio congressman to determine whether he engaged in sexual misconduct towards an individual employed in his office and discriminated unfairly by dispensing special favors or privileges. House rules prohibited members of Congress from engaging in sexual relationships with their employees. So that's against the ethical rules. A former Gonzales campaign staffer came forward a few weeks ago saying Gonzales has been sexually inappropriate with her as well, including sharing text messages in which the then candidate had asked her for nude photos and for sex. This is a second person. The most moderate Republican from Texas in Congress, Gonzales was both an outspoken voice on the need for border security and he was an occasional critic of his party's approach to immigration. His pending resignation will leave Texas's 23rd congressional district vacant. Governor Greg Abbott has the power to set a special election date at his discretion. The 23rd district, which runs from San Antonio to El Paso County and includes numerous West Texas border towns, was a swing district throughout the 2010s, but had become more Republican in recent cycles through a combination of redistricting and political shifts, especially among its majority Hispanic population. But with Democrats enthused by a recent string of special election over performances, including a state Senate flip in North Texas, the race to replace Gonzales could be more competitive. National Democrats were already eyeing the seat as a pickup opportunity in the November general election, encouraged by recent trends suggesting Hispanic voters have shifted leftward since 2024. The Republican nominee in the November general election is Brandon Herrera, a gun rights activist and a YouTuber who has challenged Tony Gonzales, in the primary in 2 successive cycles. Herrera, who is much further right than Gonzales, initially took issues with Gonzales's vote in the wake of the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde for a bipartisan gun safety bill loathed by hardline gun rights activists. As Gonzales's affair came to light, Herrera has been deeply critical of the congressman's ethical conduct and had called for him to resign for months. Gonzales has previously called Herrera a known neo-Nazi, an allegation Herrera disputes as obviously untrue. Herrera wrote, "Nature is healing." He wrote that on social media, responding to Tony Gonzales's announcement to resign on Monday. While the district is not on congressional Democrats' target list, Herrera's controversial online persona has made Democrats in Texas and Washington more interested in the seat. Democrats have shared clips of Herrera discussing owning a copy of Mein Kampf and YouTube clips in which he refers to a gun as the original ghetto blaster, and he makes Holocaust puns. This is Herrera, the guy that's trying to take Gonzales's congressional seat. The Democratic nominee in the November election is Katie Padilla Stout, a San Antonio attorney and former elementary school teacher. Both would be expected to enter a special election for the remainder of Gonzales's term if Abbott schedules it. Unlike the general election, it would be open to multiple candidates from both parties. So this is what happened to Tony Gonzales, the Republican congressman out of San Antonio. It takes a lifetime to build a career. It takes 1 second or one mistake to destroy it. So this is what happened in conclusion. The affair and the staffer's tragic death. Republican San Antonio Congressman Tony Gonzales faced and denied allegations of a sexual affair with a staffer, Regina Santos Aviles, who later took her own life by self-immolation, which means to set oneself on fire to commit suicide. Her funeral was held on September 25th, 2025, and Representative Tony Gonzales did not attend. So they had an affair, they broke up, the affair became public, and Regina Santos Aviles took her own life by self-immolation, which means to set oneself on fire. And there were explosive texts behind this, where on February the 17th, 2026, the San Antonio Express News published reports of the alleged affair. And on February 23rd, they published alleged text messages sent from Tony Gonzales to Santos Aviles, where Gonzales asked for sexy pictures and asked Miss Regina Santos Aviles about her favorite sexual position. Where are we headed when our legislators, our politicians are living at the highest premium of illegality, immorality, and unethical behavior that has become a precipice at the center of many of these politicians' lives? There's a self-loathing, a certain level of hubris and arrogance and narcissism that is taking place in our government that is not helpful to the hardworking, tax-paying citizens like myself and yourself, where we need great representation to lead America in the right direction. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.